I thought I would try a different angle with my video. So if I'm kind of like bright, which I'm always bright, I'm always pale. But if I'm coming out a little bit paler than usual, that's why I'm using natural sunlight today. It's a gorgeous day outside. But anyways, I have another request that I'm going to do today. A comment that really caught my eye on my giveaway video from Hannah Walker. She was talking about how she struggled with depression and anxiety, and she saw in one of my videos that I do take medication for depression and anxiety, and she just wanted to know how I got past it, how I got over it, how I deal with it, how I get up every day and go to work, just stuff like that, and it just really meant a lot to me. So, I mean, thank you for realizing that. It is a touchy subject. It is different than, other things that I would talk about, but I want to talk about it. This is me, this is my life, this is my vlog, this is my channel. So, I guess just to kind of give you a backstory, growing up, I don't want to say that I necessarily had a bad childhood. It wasn't, terrible. I mean, I always had a place to live, I always had food to eat, I always had a roof over my head, which a lot of children don't have. But I did spend a lot of my life in foster care and group homes and stuff like that because my father was in prison. And my mother just decided, she was really young when she had me. So, I mean, a bunch of different things led me to, being put different places, living with my great-grandparents, stuff of that nature. And then when I was 10 years old, something traumatic happened to me. I'm not going to talk about it. That is very personal, but it was very traumatic. And that kind of scarred me. And then, just growing up, like seeing my mother in abusive relationships and being in and out of group homes, you see things that really just, really damage you, mentally and emotionally, just damage you for the longest time. So, of course, seeing stuff like that, it's going to give you anxiety, depression, something, because if not, then you're a trooper. And I was a trooper. I was strong, but it did take its toll on me. And in addition to the childhood that I had and the teen years that I had, always being in and out of group homes and stuff like that, when I was 17, I was in a very, very abusive relationship. He held a gun to my head. He pushed me through a glass door. He threatened to kill me. It was just really bad. I had to get a restraining order against him. So it was just a really bad relationship at age 17. And probably right around that time, I had always had anxiety, but that really sparked it. Like that, I remember the first time I ever had a panic attack. And I was driving to work actually with the guy that was abusive. I was still with him at the time, and I just felt like I was having a heart attack, and I'm like, stop, I can't go to work. Like, take me to the hospital right now. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. I just felt like I was gonna die. So I went to the hospital, of course, they told me right off the bat, like, you're just having a panic attack. So after that, I started living in panic, not necessarily of what was going on around me. I'm sure that subconsciously played into what was going on, but I just lived in panic of like, oh my God, what if I have a panic attack? I was panicking because I was scared I was going to have a panic attack. And it got to the point where, I mean, it was terrible. Like, I was scared to eat because I was scared if I ate, if I ate anything, I would inhale it and then I would choke on it, or if I ate something greasy, it would automatically go to my arteries and I would have a heart attack right there. Just crazy, crazy things that I was just scared of. And honestly, during that time, I didn't have insurance, so I couldn't see a doctor. Honestly, what got me through that is prayer. I'm a very religious person, and I really feel like if I didn't have my faith, I didn't have a lot of faith at that time. I was losing my faith in God. At the time, honestly, that was definitely my test, but I feel like prayer got me through that. God got me through that because it's just, I still suffer from anxiety on a day-to-day basis, but I am taking medication now to help me. And the anxiety, just being so anxious all the time, makes you depressed. And then on top of that, I have premenstrual dysphoric disorder, which is like a severe form of PMDD. And then I have a bunch of other health problems and just a whole lot going on in my life that makes me depressed and just anxious all the time. But I'm gonna start crying. But to answer your question, what keeps me going, in addition to the medication helping me, is one, God, and two, I've kind of built up this thing where, like, I let criticism be my motivation. My family, especially my mother, she's very judgmental of me. And it's like the more that she tells me you can't do something, you're not worth this, the more that I have to prove I am more than this. You know, I am not what you say I am. I don't have to be like you. And that's really what gives me my motivation. It's very hard. I mean, I have days where when I wake up and I'm just like, I don't want to go to work. I'm not feeling work today. I don't even feel like getting out of the bed, because I don't think people like me. I have days where I'm really just conscious. I'm like, I feel like everybody's against me and just my heart constantly races and I just feel scared and I'm shaky to the point of nausea and actual physical sickness. But I push myself. And I think I got that self-discipline and determination from what I went through. I mean, I've always heard that, God puts his strongest soldiers through the toughest battles. And that's why I say I would never take back anything that happened to me. I mean, I don't want to say, like, sit here and, like, pity me. Don't do that. I'm glad that I went through what I went through when I was younger because it's made me such a strong person. And I think when you go through something hard and when you're battling anxiety and depression, you have to take that and form it into something good. It hurts and it's hard and it's never going to be easy, but you have to be strong and you have to fight through it and you have to take that and make it into something good. It's like taking bad water, like unfiltered water, and putting it through a filter and it comes out as clean water. In the end, it's still water, but it's water that you can actually drink. You take those bad emotions, you filter them, and you use them as good. For me, just expressing myself, like through videos, makeup, hair, even telling my story is just inspiring. I love to give to others. Like, I try to not be judgmental of others because I know I have a story. I'm the way that I am for a reason, and I try to see that in everybody else. So there's really no secret to how I get up every day and deal with depression and anxiety because, I haven't conquered it yet. I still have days that it's terrible. I mean, I have panic attacks. I'm so sad that it just physically hurts, and then losing my grandfather. But I have learned to push myself. And usually when I push myself, when I make myself get up and do something, when I make myself just, mentally take a deep breath and just tell myself, hey, it's okay. You've been through worse. You can get through this. That's what motivates me. And usually by the time let's just say working as an example, by the time I get to work, if I'm having a really bad day before, by the time I get there, I feel better. So a lot of it's in your head, which I've heard before, and I hate hearing that, but it's true. A lot of it is in your head, and you have to just, tell that voice in your head, hey, shut up. You're not the boss of me, okay? And you have to fight past that. And that's gotten me through so much. And like I said, just find an outlet for you. Find an outlet to let out those emotions, because if not, they're going to sit there and they're just going to build up and build up and build up and build up, and you're just going to explode one day. And that's happened to me. And it's still, something that I'm struggling with, expressing myself. I found that YouTube, for me personally, I don't want to say that I'm shy, so it's not very hard for me to come on here and talk about it. I love it. I love sharing my story. But at the same time, like in person, I am kind of shy. I have a lot of social anxiety. I always say I'm a professional at acting because I am. If you were to meet me in person, I would seem like the most outgoing person ever. But in the back of my mind, I'm always just thinking, like, am I saying something wrong? Are they judging me? Do I sound stupid right now? Do I sound rude right now? I'm so conscious, and I'll say something, and then most people will be like, oh, well, that was kind of stupid, then let it go. I'll say something stupid and it will haunt me for like weeks. And I'm trying to get over that. I haven't conquered that yet, but it's just another step in this life, and that's what life is. I think you're given obstacles and you're given tests, and you have to, essentially you have to find a way to either give up or pass that test. And I'm not going to give up, and that's just that. I'm not going to give up because I've had I've had so many things, and so many different situations where many people I think would have given up, and I'm not that kind of person, and I'm hard-headed, which is turned out to be a good thing. So I hope this made some sense. Like I said, just self-motivation. Find an outlet to let out your negative emotions. Take those negative feelings, take that depression, take that anxiety, and turn it into something marvelous. It's never going to be easy. It's not. But one day I keep telling myself, that's another thing. Set a goal. Set realistic goals for yourself. I'm sorry, choking on my own air. Set realistic goals for yourself. Like if it's little goals, start it out little, like today I'm going to clean my room, or today I'm going to clean my car, or today I'm going to, do at least one kind deed for a stranger and not tell anybody. Just set realistic little goals instead of large goals, and eventually you will get to those goals. And just keep yourself busy. I found that, even if it's hard for me to stay busy, it's hard for me to do stuff when I'm feeling that way. If I push myself, when I finally do it, I feel better. So that is my story. It's not really like a story, but that's kind of how I've dealt with everything. That's kind of how I deal with everything. I don't want to say, like I act like nothing's wrong, because suppressing isn't going to help. It's just going to make it worse. But sometimes you have to fake a smile. I mean, life isn't easy. When it's going to knock you down, and when it knocks you down, it's going to knock you down hard, but you got to get right back up, and you got to knock it back even harder, because that's just life. And that, things are going to happen, and different people are given different situations, and you can't change that, but you can change the way that you react to it. So that is, my video, and I hope I didn't ramble on too much. I hope that it made sense. I hope it kind of inspired some people. I hope maybe it helped you to get to know me a little bit better. But yeah, if you guys have any more questions or anything like that, definitely leave me comments below. I really enjoy talking to you. So yeah, that's all for today. Thanks. Have a great day.